Hello my art loving friends. In today's video I am going to dig out all my watercolors in all their various places in my art studio here, put them on this lovely empty table that I have that is 8 feet long, organize them, and then we'll start going through all the palettes one by one, but not all in this video. They'll probably be separate videos because I have to add colors, not take away colors, that's for sure, maybe change palettes, to incorporate new colors. So it's going to be a fun process that I'm really looking forward to. So welcome, my name is Miranda. I love watercolor. I have a lot of them and I'm so excited to organize them today. All right, even though it is the middle of April, it snowed last night, which is so unfortunate. I could have worn shorts here yesterday, but anyway, here is the table. We'll see if the light will adjust. There we go. So it is an 8 foot long table and I don't even know if it's going to be big enough to fit all my watercolors. So there's that table I was showing you. This here is my working desk. It's a mess because, you know, I'm working. It always gets cleaned up before the next project though because I can't handle a messy surface. But anyway, these are some aquatone watercolors, so I need to incorporate those. I do need to do the video on them first. And if I pan over this way, there's always a cat here. I have 4. They take turns. This is a heated mat. You can see my calico has scratched it, which is not good. Anyway, they always take over the mat because it's heated, but it does keep my hand warm when I'm editing videos. This is a non-working computer, which is very sad. But I have watercolors here because these are the palettes that I pulled out of for the Ian Stewart watercolor workshop. And I wanted to keep these separate so that I could get the colors back into their respective palettes. So those need to be put over there and organized. And in here, the bottom drawer is an entire drawer of stuff that I need to get to for filming videos here on YouTube. I'm really excited about everything in here, but things get lost because it takes so much time to get to everything. So I know in that blue tub there's watercolors. They're just kind of spread out. I'll have to empty this out to find all the watercolors. And if I come over here, this is the printer. This top drawer of this little thing has some watercolors here that I may pull out. And if I pan over here, there's a dog. There's a dog over there too. And a cat here. Anyway, back over where we started from, the dog going this direction, these are my class bags, anyway, is a closet, a very nice closet. And in this closet is all the stuff that I have been gifted or bought over the years and still have to get to. And some of it is finally just storage of things. So I have gotten to some of this, like this is just watercolors in general that I've organized. But anyway, you can see here, they're just watercolors everywhere, and I want to do my watercolor database project, which I will explain here in a minute, and I can't do that if my watercolors are everywhere, so it's time to get them organized. If I move to the left from here and go over here, I have watercolors here, and dresser full of gouache, pencils, etc., acrylic, oil painting here. But if I move to the left more, I have watercolors here, and then possibly some watercolors spread out in this stuff that I need to get to, most likely down here. I won't make you watch me pulling all these out. I'm just going to show them to you when they're all on the table. It could probably take a good bit. Let me explain real quick the watercolor database project that I mentioned. This is something I started years ago, at least it feels like years ago. I have these little dividers, and in them I have all the colors of watercolor that I have divided by their color. So here, for example, are lots of yellows and different brands and what they look like. So I'm swatching them on high quality paper, and that way when I want to find a certain color to add into a palette, I can look through these and pick my favorite. I can also compare them directly to each other based on this. In addition to this project, which is ongoing, I still have so many watercolors left. I am also doing Lightfast testing, and those have to be separate swatches. They can't be these. And that takes a lot of time, and I need to organize my watercolors in order to complete and continue the Lightfast testing project. The cool thing about doing these projects is they will be a great resource for you and for me when A, I want to compare colors, and B, I want to see how Lightfast certain colors are, because I am starting to do bigger, more professional work that I am trying to sell. I'm hoping it'll be a great resource for all of us. Also, I'm sure I'm probably going to miss a few colors or tubes or something. I also will probably get sent a couple things by you guys. I really appreciate when you guys send me watercolors. It's like the best thing ever. And Christmas and whatnot will probably bring in some more watercolors, because that's what I tend to put on my wish list at that time of year. So I want to create these new palettes with room to grow, but only a little bit, not too much. I cannot believe that I forgot about this. This is where all my watercolors are stored now. So sorry about the jumpy camera. I don't know how to hold a camera and not wiggle it. But anyway, let me show you these. I have to use 2 hands to pull the drawers out. Oh, that's watercolor paper. Here is the first drawer, and it is completely full, and it's very heavy. And this drawer became so full that I ended up creating a second drawer, even though some of these are out on the desk right now. But all of this over here is also watercolors. I do also have some watercolors in my class bags here and here. I will have to pull those palettes out to make sure they're incorporated into this project, but I also need to use them every week, so I will figure that out. All I've done is empty the watercolors out of these 2 drawers right here, and it is very full. So we may end up with a second table being laid out, but we'll see. I believe we are done. Here is an overview. Yep, it's a lot. But when you do this for your business and all of that, you get a lot. But this is why I am on a permanent buying freeze, more or less, because I will never use these in my lifetime. Let's go through these as quickly as we can. Paul Rubens, Light Wish, My Merry Blue. That's gouache. That's a whole different category, but some were in there, so they ended up here. Prima Confections, which I believe is called something else these days, but I don't remember what. Winsor & Newton Cotman. Bizarro, Essie, Lucas, Schminke Academy, Schminke Professional, Camel, Boulder. These I have not shown you yet. I can't wait to show those to you. Artwell. These ones in the window here are a few of a brand. Like, I don't have more than just like one of, like, for example, One American Journey, Soliloquy, Poems About You. That's a Jackman's. Stone Ground. These are from Zach by Arts to Embers. And this is one I made that's a mixture of Schminke and Core. So they're kind of offshoots. Did I say Artwell already? I'm not sure. Shinhan, I have yet to show you guys. All these metallics I have yet to show you guys. Rosa Gallery Studio. Actually, I just said that wrong. The Rosa Studio, which is the student grade of Rosa Gallery paints. All of the Rembrandts. I have yet to show you this 48 set. Maiden, Derwent, Grabby, Marie's Masters, my whole set and pile of praying watercolors, my childhood watercolors, Crayola watercolors. I have these because I was going to compare this to that. These are stickers that need to go in the stickers. Himimiya, Old Holland, Holbein, Imuki, Pearl X. I made these myself from powder. Van Gogh, the Paul Rubens Gusai, I don't know how to say that. Rockwell, Peerless, Sennelier, Turner, Art of Soil, all Magello, including this, Michael Harding, Beam, and here are my beautiful, lovely Prodigal Sons watercolors. I need to dig these out and paint with them again. Mi Liang, Jackson's, a gift that I am excited to get out again. It's been a while and I want to get to these. Winsor & Newton, all of my Daniel Smith, all of my White Knights, 31 Purple Fish, those are lovely. These are my M. Graham. These are my Regina watercolors, Daler Rowney Aquafine. I think I said Koi already. Zen Art Nomad watercolors. A palette I bought off of eBay that I'm excited to try out because it's very old. Sonnet watercolors, all of my Viviva watercolor pans and color sheets. I put the Superior watercolors by them because Viviva uses Superior watercolors for their pan sets. All of my core paints. My Pretty Excellent, which are now the same as Mi Liang, except those are tubes. These are pans, and this is like their first set, original. I know that says Rosa Gallery, but these are my Roman Schmal paints. My Lightwish Medici watercolors, which are very similar to Kiritake Gonze Tambi watercolors. And here are Niji watercolors, super cheap, but I have them around for some reason. Rosa Gallery watercolors. All of my Da Vinci watercolors. Paul Rubens Student watercolors. I think I started with these. I don't know. Paul Rubens Professional Grade watercolors and precipitating colors. A Gallo. My Paul Rubens Chow Mei. My Lightwish Artist Grade watercolors. Those were actually pretty nice. I think I started with these. So many things, and I don't know, and there are like little dot cards here from Denise Soden's Advent Calendar, which I have started to incorporate onto the pans. You can see that here, how I've added that dot card to the pan. So you'll see that with here and Core and Daniel Smith. I think there's a few Schminke or a Schminke one. And then I did buy her other Advent Calendar the next year. Or I think it was a springtime one or something. That is here. And I thought about incorporating these because they're all different brands. But if I have all those colors already, I thought it might be fun to keep it as a separate palette. So we'll do that one separately and decide later if we want to incorporate that with these others or not. That has all taken a very long time. But it's kind of exciting to see them all out. It is also a little bit intimidating, maybe a tad bit overwhelming. But when I think of getting them all organized and into my pigment database and into my computer spreadsheet, that makes me feel a lot better, because when I went to make that Ian Stewart watercolor palette based on the colors he wanted for his workshop, it would have been a lot easier if I had already had that pigment database complete. So I think it'll be really helpful. And part of me wants to get rid of some of these, but I have regretted getting rid of a couple of my watercolors already, like my Etcher watercolors I regret getting rid of, but at the same time, we make the best decisions we can in that time. So for now, if I have the space for them, which I do because they all came out of a space, I will keep them unless something really strikes me as I don't want it. I'm pretty sure the only watercolors I did not put over here were a little magnetic palette that I keep in my Always on the Go kit, which is a mixed palette of various colors, and I will link that video for you in the corner in case you missed it. It's super fun. My first ever mixed palette, more or less. I pretty much think it's my first ever mixed palette. And then I also put a little travel tin, like an Altoids tin, except it's a Bob Ross tin, of Aquatone in my Always on the Go kit. So I actually have 2 watercolor tins in my Always on the Go kit. It's right there. I pulled it out just in case, but it can stay as it is. And then I don't have over here any of my Aquatone watercolors because I'm currently in the process of filming all of the Aquatone watercolors to bring to you guys so you can see what they look like. And most of those are on the desk right there, and a few of the tubes, well, most of the rest of the tubes are in the closet over here over my shoulder. So if you have a lot of watercolors, hello, I'm your friend. And if you don't, that's great because it won't overwhelm or confuse you. However, it is an utter joy to pull out a different palette each time I go to paint and experience those watercolors again. It is also a complete joy when I've used a specific palette enough to know all of the intricacies of that palette. So there's value to both sides. Well, definitely consider subscribing if you aren't already. If you are already, thank you so much. But if you want to see this journey progress, Subscribing is the best way. It's free and it will notify you when I have a new video out as long as you hit the all notifications bell. I appreciate your time. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. She bugging you, Jack? How about you, Duff? Kitty get ya? Kitty get ya? Kitty get ya? Does she get ya? What's she doing? What's she doing? Did you get her? Did you get her? She's hiding.